This is Into the Fire.
I'd like to welcome Into the Fire the highly talented, highly touted young guy who makes the game look very easy from WA, Jack Carroll. Nice to meet you, Jack.
Thanks, LJ. Thanks for having me on, mate.
My pleasure. It's an absolute pleasure to interview you, Jack. For those who haven't seen you play, you're like silk. You should wear what I'm wearing on the field because you're all class. That's not a question, just an observation.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, I try to play pretty silky when I play, and hopefully it reflects that way.
Yeah, and you're very good. Okay, so to the questions. You're from WA, one of the best states in Australia, in my opinion, but so far away. How will you go if you are drafted outside of WA, like predicted?
I reckon I'll be pretty good with it. So originally I'm from Geraldton, which is about 4.5 hours north of Perth. So I made the move down this year, and it's gone pretty well so far. And I think it's set me up pretty well for potentially having to move interstate next year. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the possibility of it.
Yeah, definitely. You're so athletic and have amazing skills. It says the ceiling on your improvement is so high, you'd need a cherry picker to change your light bulb. What areas do you think recruiters should take most note of?
I think just being clean with the footy is something that I've really tried to pride myself on this year. Being clean just when I'm getting it, and then while I have it, just making the right decision and trying to be impactful when I get it.
Yeah, and you definitely are. You've played many of your games this year going through the midfield, which is great, considering you were a classy halfback and wingman. Fast forward a few years, when you don't have a body like mine, what position do you see yourself playing?
Um, I don't know. I'd love to keep playing in the midfield, but I guess when you get to an AFL club, it's more where the club needs you to play and what the coach sees you playing. But I enjoy playing midfield, and I'd like to see myself playing there in the future. But anywhere on the field, I wouldn't mind. I'd be more than happy.
Yeah, midfield's a pretty good position. Now,
Yeah.
unfortunately, you've missed the last part of the season with a wrist injury. What happened, and how's it going?
Yeah, so I fractured my scaphoid against Subiaco. So in the first quarter of that game, I went up for a mark and fell on it. I landed a little bit awkwardly, but it was just pretty unlucky. And then yeah, that caused my scaphoid to fracture, and so I've been wearing this splint here for about 6 or 7 weeks now, and I've got 2 more weeks wearing it, and it should be good after that.
Yeah, well, at least it's healing good.
Yeah, it's good news.
Yeah, it is. You're one of the youngest players in this year's draft, a December baby. That is exciting, considering how much development you have left. Is the physical side the next step in your development? Because the footy part is incredible.
Yeah, I think being it's weird to think about because some of the boys in the same draft are nearly a year older than me. So I've definitely got a lot of physical development yet, but much like some of the other boys, or a lot of the other boys, we all have physical development. So I think being younger, it doesn't really change too much, but it's pretty cool being one of the younger boys.
Yeah, definitely. Now, your kicking skills are elite, and being a left footer gives you another advantage. Is there a player in the AFL that you model your game on? Because to me, you're the other side of Lockie Whitfield.
Yeah, that's a pretty good comparison. The player I like to watch the most is probably Scott Pendlebury. I think when you watch him, he's pretty classy and he uses the ball well, and his skills are really good. So he's definitely the guy I watch most closely, and I try to just look at the work he does around the ball, and then I guess the kind of options he uses when he has it, and try reflect that a little bit.
Yeah, he's an awesome player.
Yeah, definitely.
You were talked about by recruiters as having a range of weapons. What's your favourite weapon? And are they all cleared by the police?
Um, Good one. My favourite, I think a side of my game that's a bit different. I think I like my overhead marking. I think that's something that you don't really see in midfielders too often. So, and it's something I've tried showing a little bit this year. But yeah, my overhead marking is something that I really enjoy doing, and yeah, I'm pretty grateful that's part of my game.
Yeah, it's a good ability to have. Now, this is a common question for anyone with such clean hands, like yourself. How often do you wash them? And what is your preferred soap?
Oh mate, wash them after every meal. You gotta keep clean these days, but
Yeah.
any soda that's there, mate.
As a player who is 188 centimetres, has great hands, a huge vertical leap, runs well, kicks left foot, Some club is going to strike gold. I'm starting to sound like your manager, aren't I?
Yeah, mate, you're giving me a pretty good wrap up here. I like it.
Now, the one thing I haven't touched on is your courage. You have no worries about going back into a pack with your light frame. Have you always been so courageous?
Yeah, I did it a couple times this year. I think it's saying just going back to junior footy when you don't really have too many worries and you just fly back and you try to take some cool marks. I think it's just followed on through with my development.
Yeah. Alright, I think I've covered how good I think you will be. So here are some non-footy questions.
Yeah,
What
looking forward
sport, other than footy, are you pretty good at?
to it. I like to play a fair bit of basketball. I've played basketball ever since I was younger, and yeah, I think I'm alright at it. So probably that.
Yeah, it's a great sport.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah. You're in an elevator with the girls from the Miss Universe contest. What's your opening line?
Oh, geez, I reckon I'd be pretty starstruck there, so I would be probably lost for words. What would you say?
I don't know. Tough question.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, I don't know. What would you do better on, Big Brother or Survivor?
Oh, I reckon Survivor. I reckon I'd enjoy some of those challenges they do on there and hopefully go alright.
Yeah, I would prefer to be on that one as well.
Yeah.
If you were flying free to any sporting event in the world, what would you choose?
Probably the NBA. I'd love to go to an NBA game one day and just I love watching LeBron and the other guys and everyone in there. They're pretty crazy, so I'd love to go and watch an NBA game one day.
Yeah, it's a good atmosphere.
Yeah.
What would you rather, skydiving or swimming with sharks?
Well, I don't know, you can go skydiving on the way to Jurien. I've had that option a couple of times and I haven't done it, so maybe swimming with sharks. I reckon that'd be pretty cool as long as I was in a cage. But
Yeah, as long as you're safe.
yeah,
What's your go-to karaoke song?
oh, geez, I'd have to have a good think about that. I'm not sure right now, LJ.
Okay. Well, Jack, I have zero worries about you getting drafted. No worries about you being an elite midfielder. But there is one thing that always worries me. I did notice that over the years you've become far more accustomed to kicking goals, which is a very big tick. You see, that's where the money is. But to get that money, you need people to take notice. So you need a killer celebration for that first AFL goal. That's where I come in with the Into the Fire.
Jeez, it's a nice celebration, LJ. I might have to use that one when I kick my next goal.
Yeah, definitely. Do you want to give it a try?
Yeah, show me how to do it again. Yeah, right. Was that any good?
Yeah, do that when you're in the AFL.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
It's been great getting to know you better, Jack, and I can't wait for your name to be called out on draft night. You have a big future, mate, and all the best for a big AFL career.
Thanks, LJ. Love meeting you, mate.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you.